Nangangati na naman ang itlog ko, nangangati na naman ang itlog ko, ka. Nangangati na naman ang itlog ko, nangangati na naman ang itlog ko, ka. What's up YouTube, it's your boy Dashing and this is week 3 of the SCD. I am the coach of Kati Itlog and this week we take on Arik and the East Coast Aegislashers. His team consists of G-Max or Shifu, that's the dark one, D-Max Torn Eye, Garchomp, Slowking Galar, Celesteela, Suicune, Magnezone, Miltank, Whimsicott, Ursula Galar, Centiskorch, and Gallade. So, I don't really know much about Arik as well. A lot of the players here I don't really know much about, but he seems to be a very good player, currently 2-0, with a ridiculous amount of differential. I think it's like plus 10 with only 2 games, so that's crazy. Very threatening team. He has the Forbidden or Shifu Dark as his max or his G-Max Mon. And the problem with that is the league does not ban Wicked Blow, so he doesn't even need to max it for it to be effective. It can just claim kills on its own and destroy both Iron Defense Reggie and Reuni from my team. As Garchomp, always a threatening mon, as well as Magnezone, Celesteela, Slowking Galar, Suicune. Just one of the best teams in the league, easily top 5, maybe even top 3. It's gonna be very tough, but with the trades we made, we should have things to work with. Now I'm expecting Urshifu, Celesteela, Suicune, Slowbro Galar, or Slowking rather, Garchomp, and Magnezone to come. Now looking at team preview, he brought no Celesteela and no King. Instead, Corsola and Centiskorch. Very interesting. I wonder why Ursula doesn't really have a good matchup. Like, yeah, the Reggie kind of goes in on the team if he's if we're running the Iron Defense body press set with like Restock, but he doesn't really need Ursula for that. The Galarian Slowking already quad resists, and if he has like something like Flamethrower or Fire Blast, then he can definitely beat the Reggie one-on-one. So Corsola is probably just gonna set up rocks, and Centiskorch, I'm really not sure why this mon is here. I'm not sure, does it get Flame Body? I don't think it gets Flame Body. But yeah, I can see the rest, you know, Suicune just burn stuff. A lot of my mons are like physical attackers, so that could be helpful. Magnezone trap the Reggie. Once Reggie is down, we're kind of vulnerable to like EQ, I guess, but we do have 2 Levitate mons, but still, our only dragon immunity is the Azu. So Azu is definitely our win condition this game. So yeah, I'm really not sure why he opted for those 2 mons instead of the Steela and King. I thought those mons would put in more work. But, you know, he's a very crafty builder, so he probably has some surprises for us. Without further ado, let's check out the game, see how it went. So he leads Urshifu as I go Mianxiao. I always wanted to lead like Torn, but the thing is, he does have games where he led with what do you call this, Magnezone, or no, Garchomp, and I just took out my Icy Wind just before they came and opted for knockoff. So, you know, and I didn't want to lead Thorn because since Magnezone is there and he leads Magnezone, he already has good momentum from turn 1. So wanting to have some initiative, we just go for Mianxiao. We can just fake out his mons here. He decides to switch, goes to Corsola. he's immune, obviously. We go for a knockoff. We do a shit ton of damage, actually. I'm not sure if how much defensive investment he has there. I didn't really calculate at this point. But he reveals to be weak armor. We remove the Eviolite. We reveal to be Life Orb. And he gets the Willow on us, which kinda sucks, but we do have Aromatherapy on Roselia, so not a big deal. He actually messed up here having a weak armor instead of the, I think, Curse Body was it? So, mistake on his prep on that front. So, not wanting to take another knockoff, because another knockoff could do, I don't know if it, I don't think it would kill. But maybe it can because he is without the Eviolite and he is -1. So, not wanting to risk that, he switches out as we go for a U-turn here. Keep our momentum. We go for Thorn here just to see what it wants to do. We go for a Grass Knot. We do a shit ton of damage and reveal to be Life Orb. He goes for a Toxic there. When I saw the Toxic, I was thinking, oh man, is this gonna be... Well, I'm happy that it's not CM, right? It's not Restock CM Skull or something. He has Toxic, so he can't be Restock. Or if he is, he's not gonna be CM. But that's fine. I predict he's not gonna stay in because we obviously kill. Want to preserve that, goes for Scorch. We go for a knockoff, remove the boots. And we initially had the mono body press on Reggie, like Restock Iron Def body press. But in the last minute, I opted to go for like rocks with EQ, I guess. EQ was for the slow king, so it doesn't completely destroy us. So yeah, once we set up rocks, this boy is gonna die in a few switches. But we don't really need to keep Thorn too healthy, so I just go for an Air Slash in case he stayed in. And we can just switch out here to Reggie. He goes for a Volt Switch, so he finally gains some momentum here. Goes for I'm not sure why he went with Senti there. I would have gone to Garchomp at that point. You know, and probably set up. But we don't know his set. Maybe he's, you know, Banded or Scarf or something like that. He goes for a Fire Lash here. Drops our defense. And we go for a Liquidation, revealing that we are Scarfed. He showed me his... I got to interview him after the game and showed me his sets. And he actually had Power Whip there. So Power Whip would definitely KO us at that point since, you know, we're already -1 and it's a base 120 move. Urshifu comes in knowing that we have to switch because we are locked into the Liquidation. And Azu is our main win con this game. So we decide to switch, go to our Reggie. He went for the Poison Jab, tried to OHKO us. Because that's the thing, in case we stayed in, and he went for like a CC, we would have done a shit ton of damage to that, and you know, he would have done good damage as well, but I guess since he knows that we are already Scarf, he didn't have to worry about the play rough there. But if I were him, I would have definitely went for like, I don't know, I think if he had like Thunder Punch. But I don't think he had Thunder Punch. I think he had like U-turn. Yeah, he had U-turn. So yeah. It is what it is. He switched out here. Went to his Suicune. As we go for the Body Press, had he stayed in, that would have done a shit ton of damage. I decided that this is a pretty safe turn. We just go for rocks here. As he goes for Roar. So that was a good tech, predicting we would set up Body Press or Iron Def. We go for Hide, but we do have to keep Hide healthy for Urshifu. So we decide to just switch out to Roselia as he goes for a Toxic there. Probably Scald would have been the better play because, you know, we do have We do have 3 mons at this point that's immune to toxic, because this is burn, this is poison, and this is just immune. So I would have gone for Scald there. I think he had Scald in his set. So it is what it is. I go for, I believe, a Leech Seed here as he goes for Chomp. We missed the Leech Seed, unfortunate. He goes for SD. This is really scary on my part, because if he has like Scale Shot, then he could probably win at this point. And he actually did have a Scale Shot, but since I got the Leech Seed off, he goes for a Poison Jab, wants to see how much damage that does. I go for a Spike here. I'm not sure if Scale Shot is a contact move, because if it is, he could get poisoned from the poison point. But I don't know why he decided to switch out. I guess he was reading. He made a read there that if he went for Scale Shot, I might switch to Azu, I guess. That's the only thing I could think of that he did. But we go for another layer spike, so we're punishing all these reads. He goes for a Wicked Blow here as we go for Leech Seed. This was actually a huge misplay on my part. What I should have done was go for Aromatherapy. That would have healed our burned Mianxiao as well as our Toxic Thorn. And if that's the case, Mianxiao is a lot of more of a threat. But I don't know, when I'm ahead, I tend to be greedy, and you know, Urshifu is already at a range wherein a max dragon move from Hyde with Oko with probably even when it's max. The poison point definitely helps. I'm not sure how much of a big deal it was in the grand scheme of things, but it helps. We switch out to Reggie as he goes for a Wicked Blow. We get some HP back. He's probably gonna go to Corsola here. That would have been the safe play. But he goes for Magnezone, takes the Body Press. It reveals to be Chople. Body Press, when I checked it, that was like a really low roll. He goes for Body Press himself, do some decent damage. We go for another Body Press. We got the crit, but crit didn't matter. He could live if we got like one of the lowest rolls, like I don't know, 10% of the time. So it was in our favor to get the KO there. Brings out Garchomp here. Takes some spikes and rocks. He goes for EQ, and I go for Iron Defense. But the reason I go for Iron Defense is he already revealed to be SD. He's really behind in the game. So had he SD'd and we got our Iron Defense off, we would be able to live the EQ and then Oko it back with a Body Press. But he makes the smart move and goes for EQ. So yeah, and he's gonna be able to take out our Reggie here. Now at this point, I thought of bringing out Azuk, since I think when I checked, all of his mons are in range of what do you call this? Of a play rough. And I'm really hesitant clicking inaccurate moves, but I'm like, what the hell, you know, if we lose Azu, then we can just blame it on hacks, right? So he switches to Suicune here, takes some chip. We get the play rough, crit didn't matter, obviously. Corsola comes in, this should fall to a play rough as well. Alright, Urshifu comes in. Urshifu turned out to be Scarfed actually. We go for a play rough, get the kill. Now, unfortunately, I think his Urshifu did have Poison Jab, so his best bet there was probably not maxing. Just go for the Poison Jab and hope that it kills, but it probably doesn't kill. If I were, yeah, I don't think it killed at that point, but we would at least be in range of, you know, Garchomp. We got the kill here. Garchomp comes out. We're not. He goes for the Poison Jab. So actually, I was really surprised by that. It turns out we are not faster. Actually, well, the game is gonna be, you know, a 5-0 win for us. GG, it's dashing. Amazing game. Surprisingly, I totally forgot that Garchomp outspeeds us. So he probably should have just went Poison Jab from the start and went Urshifu right away, outsped, and got the kill. So he still had 3 months to work with. But at that point, Hydreigon just cleans up. And this way, Azu actually got 5 kills this game. So amazing. We're starting this trend where games that we win, we have a mon that just gets 5 kills. So amazing game. I got to interview Arik after the game. Totally cool dude, showed me his sets. I showed him my sets. He was definitely afraid of Azu, and justifyingly so. Azu did a lot of work here, and he really did not expect Scarf Azu as well as Roselia to come. So the hazard stacking of Roselia really pressured his team a lot, and you know, his team doesn't really have a defogger aside from Torn, which, you know, if you don't really want to use your Maxmon for defog purposes, because, you know, it's supposed to do some damage or stop another mon from the opponent's Maxmon, basically. So yeah, we had a long chat. Pretty cool dude. We were talking about, you know, potentially helping each other out in future games, which is kind of cool. A lot of the people I try to practice with are very busy these days, so I didn't really get to practice as much as I should. But it is it does feel good to get a big win from, you know, arguably one of the better players in the league. And I think the matchup for us was pretty bad, but you know, I don't know, maybe if I tried using his team, it's probably not as bad as I thought. So yeah, that's gonna be the game. If you guys like the content, I think like, share, and subscribe. I believe next week we have Omar, was it? Omar or Johan, one of those. But yeah, if you like the content, like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support your boy even more, links to Patreon down in the description. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.